चमेली जम्बो के चम चम जम्बो के चम चम हार लाही हार लाही हार लाही माँ हार लाही हार लाही हार लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ के बिंदिया हाथों के कंगन हाथों के कंगन माथे के बिंदिया हाथों के कंगन हाथों के कंगन सिंदूर लाल लाही माँ सिंदूर लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ में तेरे रंग में रंगों में रंग में माथे में तेरे में रंग में मैं तेरे रंग में मैं तेरे रंग में द्वार लाही द्वार लाही द्वार लाही माँ द्वार लाही द्वार लाही द्वार लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाही माँ।
बोलिए प्रेम से श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, देवी माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। भैया यू मे स्टैंड फॉर आरती प्लीज।
हरि ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वती नमः श्री गुरु चरण कमलभ्यो नमः साजं जावर्ति संयुक्तं वर्णिनायोजितं मया दीप गृहान देवेश त्रैलोक तिमिरापर्यो ॐ दुर्गाय नमः। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी सिंदूर विराजत को मृग मत को मांग सिंदूर विराजत को मृग मत को जल सरो नैना चंदन वदनी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी समान करल भैया रक्तंबर राजे कनक समान करल भैया रक्तंबर राजे पुष्प माला कंदन पर साजे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी विराजत कर कपक धारे हरि वाहन राजत कर कपक धारे सुनर मुनिजन सेवत जिनके दुखहारे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी शुंग विराधे महिषासुर घाती शुंग विरारे महिषासुर घाती विलोचन नैना निश दिन मद मोदी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी सतयोग निगावत निर्कट भैरवो छौ सतयोग निगावत निर्कट भैरवो भाजत तल मृदंग अर्धभाजत डमरू जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मेरी देवी पर्वत वासन तेरा पालन पाया, तेरा पालन पाया। बोलो
मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पालन पाया, तेरा पालन पाया।
मेरी देवी पर्वत वासन तेरा पालन पाया, तेरा पालन पाया।
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पालन पाया, तेरा पालन पाया।
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे
दुर्गे जय जय माँ,
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ।
दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ।
करुणा सागर जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ।
भद्रकाली जय जय माँ, भद्रकाली जय जय माँ, भद्रकाली जय जय माँ।
भद्रकाली जय जय माँ।
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे जय जय माँ, दुर्गे जय जय माँ।
बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्रोता लोग, आप लोग अपना आसन लीजिए, प्लीज हैव योर सीट। बोलिए प्रेम से श्री गजानंद स्वामी की जय, श्री आदि शक्ति देवी माता की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। At this time, we say welcome to each and every one of you who are listening through the airways of Facebook. To our Katha, tonight is the final night of the 3 nights of Satsang. And let us bring our thoughts together, Bhaiya, as we think of the form of Adi Shakti Devi Ma. So we pray and ask for the blessings for beginning our Katha, first to the form of Ganesh Ji, seeking his blessings, and then we go on to our Bandhana for the Katha, then we will go to the Katha. बोलो प्रेम से श्री गजानंद स्वामी की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। गणपतये नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बप्पा मोरिया। ओम गम गणपतये
नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बप्पा मोरिया।
ओम गम गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
गणाधिपं नमस्कृत्य पीतामह गणाधिपं नमस्कृत्य पीतामहं विष्णुरुद्रं श्रियं देवी वन्दे भक्त्या सरस्वती ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
स्थानाधिपं नमस्कृत्य ग्रहनाथं निशाकरं स्थानाधिपं नमस्कृत्य ग्रहनाथं निशाकरं गर्भसम्भूतं शशिपुत्रं बृहस्पतिं ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः
सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
दैत्याचार्यं नमस्कृत्य सूर्यपुत्रं महाग्रहं दैत्याचार्यं नमस्कृत्य सूर्यपुत्रं महाग्रहं राहुकेतुं नमस्कृत्यं याज्ञारम्भे विशेषत ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
शुक्राद्यादेवता सर्वा मुनीश्वरैकभोगनां गर्गमुनि नमस्कृत्यं नारदमुनिसत्तमं ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
ॐ गं
गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
वसिष्ठं मुनिशार्दूलं विश्वामित्रं च गोभिलं व्यासं मुनिं नमस्कृत्य सर्वशास्त्रविशारदं ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
ॐ गं
गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया
विद्यादिकाये मुन्य आचार्यशतभूगना तान् सूर्यप्रणाम्यन्ते यज्ञ रक्षा करे सदा ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः
श्री
सिद्धिविनायक
नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बप्पा मोरया।
ॐ गं गणपतये
नमो नमः। सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः। अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बप्पा मोरया।
गणपति बप्पा मोरया।
गणपति बप्पा मोरया।
मिट्टी का तन हुआ पवित्र गंगा जी में स्नान से, अंतकरण हो जाए पवित्र प्रभु चरणों के ध्यान से। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
मन शक्ति शक्ति दो मुझे, करूँ तुम्हारा ध्यान, करूँ तुम्हारा ध्यान। पात निर्विघ्न हो तेरा, मेरा हो कल्याण, मेरा हो कल्याण।
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
हृदय सिंहासन पर आमा बैठो मेरी मात, हृदय सिंहासन आमा बैठो मेरी मात। सुनो विनय मम दीन की, जग जननी जगदात, जग जननी वरदात।
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
सुंदर दीपक घी भरा करूं आज तैयार, करूं आज तैयार। ज्ञान उजाला माँ करो, मिटे मोह अंधकार, मिटे मोह अंधकार।
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
चंद्र सूर्य की रोशनी चमके मेरा अखंड, सब में व्यापक तेज है ज्वाला का प्रचंड, ज्वाला का प्रचंड।
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
ज्वाला जग जननी मेरी रक्षा करो हमेशा, रक्षा करो हमेशा। कलेश, मेरे सभी कलेश।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
श्रद्धा और विश्वास से तेरी ज्योत जलाऊं, तेरी ज्योत जलाऊं। तेरा ही है आसरा, तेरा ही गुण गाऊं, तेरा ही गुण गाऊं।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
मन चंचल से पाठ के, मन चंचल के पाठ से समय जो अवगुण होया, समय जो अवगुण होया। दाती अपनी दया से ध्यान न दीजै कोया, ध्यान न दीजै कोया।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
मैं अनजान मलिन मन, मैं अनजान मलिन मन। ना जानू कोई रीत, ना जानी कोई रीत। तत्पत बानी को ही माँ समझो मेरी प्रीत, समझो मेरी प्रीत।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये
शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
मेरे के अवगुण बहुत, मेरे सब अवगुण बहुत। करना नहीं तू ध्यान, करना नहीं तू ध्यान। सिंह वाहिनी माँ अंबिके, करु मेरा कल्याण, करु मेरा कल्याण।
सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
धन्य धन्य माँ अंबिके, शक्ति शिव विशाल, शक्ति शिव विशाल। धन्य धन्य माँ अंबिके, शक्ति शिव विशाल, शक्ति शिव विशाल। अंग अंग में रम रही दाती दीन दयाल, दाती दीन दयाल। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नमोस्तुते। बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। नमः माता पिता चरणं नमः विद्याप्रदायकं दीक्षामन्त्रं गुरुर्वन्दे वन्दे गुरुर्पद पुनः पुनः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य निरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। बोलो श्री माँ सरस्वती देवी माता की जय। In the Devi Mahapuran, it is telling us about the greatness of the puja to Devi Ma. But we must also remember that if ever we do puja, Shivji puja is never separated from any puja. Just like how water and the wetness of the water is together, Bhagavan Vishnu and Lakshmi are always together. Just as how fire and the heat of the fire is together, it is in the same way Shiv and Shakti are always together. It is like one and the other, one is one part, the positive and the negative are always together, so that you'll have a balance of everything. So Brihaspati ji is asking Brahma ji that Brahma, आप अत्यंत बुद्धिमान और सर्वशास्त्र को जानने वाले में श्रेष्ठ हो. You are well versed in the books of the scriptures, and like you, there is no more to match. हे प्रभु, कृपा कर मेरा वचन को सुनो. Be kind and listen to what I have to say. चैत, आश्वन, माघ और आषाढ़ के शुक्ल पक्ष में नवरात्र का व्रत और उत्सव क्यों किया जाता है? Why is it? In the month called Chait, in the month of Ashwan, in the month of Magh, and in the month of Ashad. Now, some of us may not know when these months come. In order to understand a month in the Hindu calendar, we have to know that it is lunar months that we are dealing with. So it doesn't have 28 days and 30 days and 31 days like the English calendar month or the calendar that people use. It is the astrological calendar that we are talking about. When full moon comes, that's the end of a month. The first day after full moon is the beginning of a month. When new moon comes, that's half the month. The first day after new moon, again the dates are counted from 1 until the 15th astrological day will become full moon. So in each paksha or fortnight and paksha is the same, is only different language. So the paksha or the fortnight, it consists of approximately 15 astrological days. Now, because an astrological day is not 24 hours, it varies. It could be little more than 24 hours or less than 24 hours. You'll find that you could have 2 dates on one day of the week. That is, on one day of the week, 2 dates could merge. So whenever that happens, the blessings are greater, because depends on which are the dates that merge on a particular day, it gives you extra reward or extra forms of blessings. Just like how also the farmer will select, he could plant every day, but there are certain days in which he would plant certain crops. It is going to yield him a greater amount. It's the same way also we have that when you select certain days to do certain things, it gives you added benefits. And if you are going to look to do an investment, you will look to get the best of the results. Similarly, when you're looking for the best results, in the same way you select what is nice, that will be rewarding and give you great merits in return. That's how the dates are selected. So that's why it's difficult to understand the system if you do not understand astrology. You must understand how the moon works, the full moon, the new moon, and then people, because they do not understand it, they find that it is too complicated. But if you go to this system, full moon marks the end of the month. The day after full moon is the beginning of the month. You will be able to get a closer look at what we are trying to tell to you. So it must coincide with astrology. Why? Because the moon has a certain amount of power in drawing the energies of water nearer to the skin. Notice the same thing will happen in high tide and low tide. It works with the moon. From Dasmi, Ekadasi, Trayodasi, Chaturdasi, Purnima. From the 10th day, 11th day, 12th day, 13th day, 14th day, the 15th day will be either new moon or full moon. Purnima means full moon, Amavasya means new moon. So this is the way how it works. So the month of Chait will be approximately in the end of March or somewhere in the mid-March to April. And that is about how we could be able to explain for you when the month of Chait is. The month of Ashwan will be around September, October. The month of Ashad will be somewhere about May, June. And the month of Magh will be coming soon. That is just before Shivratri. That portion before Shivratri, you'll have Magh month, in which you have Saraswati Puja. These are 4 Navratri that you have in the year. 2 of them are popular at all times. Many people know about 2. You never hear too much about the 4. But there are 4. One is in the month of Magh, which is the last one that will come for our year, because our year will begin about March, April. And the second one will be in the month of Ashad. The third one will be in September, October. The fourth one will come again in the month of Magh, which is about January, February. So this is the 4 times that we are talking about. And remember, the land of Bharat had 4 seasons, 4 main seasons, and these are the 4 seasons when you have different type of harvest are being reaped. And they do bhakti, pray, and thank God for the produce that they get, and then go to reap the harvest. So there is a joy always in the mind of the people, because they are going to reap their harvest. And before they reap the harvest, they will always do bhakti to Devi Ma, asking and thanking Devi Ma for the blessings of the crops that they receive. And what is their mood? They are going They will bajawe their dholak. They are going to sing praises, and they are going praising Devi Ma, that Ma, your blessings have given to us the privilege to be able to reap our harvest. We want you to be pleased and shower that this that you give to us may be sanctified, it may be blessed. It is your grace that we will be able to enjoy it. And so, the first puja that they do is Tulsi Puja. And their mood is singing praises to Devi. Chalo chalo re aaj Devi darshan ko, chalo chalo re aaj Devi darshan ko, Devi darshan ko, Devi pujan ko, Devi darshan ko, Devi darshan ko, Devi pujan ko, Devi darshan ko. चलो चलो रे आज देवी दर्शन को, चलो चलो रे आज देवी दर्शन को, देवी दर्शन को, देवी पूजन को, देवी दर्शन को, चलो चलो रे आज देवी दर्शन को. In this manner, bhaiya, they go singing praises, gathering things together and arranging for puja for Devi Ma to give thanks to her with some of the crops which they have reaped from the garden. That is what they are going to make as offerings to that divine form of Devi Ma. So the bhav was like this, that they went singing praises to that divine form of Devi Ma. So Brahma Ji and Brihaspati Ji, they are having this conversation. And Brihaspati Ji is telling to Brahma Ji that I would like you to tell me about this. Why is it they do this bhakti? And also, who was the person to have done this first of all? So विस्तार से कहो. बृहस्पति जी के ऐसा वचन को सुनकर ब्रह्मा जी कहने लगे कि हे बृहस्पति, प्राणियों के हित करने के इच्छा से तुमने बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न किया. You have asked a question for the welfare of everyone. जो मनुष्य मनोरथ पूर्ण करने वाले दुर्गा, महादेव, सूर्य और नारायण का ध्यान करते हैं, वे मनुष्य परम धन्य है. That person who will think about the form of Durga Devi, Ganesh Ji, Shiv Ji and Surya Narayan, Bhagavan Vishnu, that person is blessed. Because these elements are present in us and these deities are also present in us. It is not outside of us, but they are within us in the five main elements. As I explained the first night, that Ganesh is the presiding deity for the water element. Shiva is the presiding deity for the earth element. Surya Narayan is the air element deity. And Vishnu Bhagavan is the space or ether. And Devi Ma is the presiding deity for the fire element. So these five elements exist in us. This is a small world and the outside world is the bigger world. So that in order to bring a balance in it, in a certain proportion, it must work together and synchronize everything together so that it will be able to function well. So that person who thinks about these deities that resides within him, that person is known to be Param Dhanya. यह व्रत संपूर्ण कामनाओं को पूर्ण करने वाला है. This fast has the power to fulfill every single wish of an individual. इसके करने से पुत्र चाहने वाले को पुत्र मिलता है. If a person does this for the success of sons in the family, they are blessed with that. धन चाहने वाले को धन मिलता है. If you do it for the purpose of wealth, that too is being satisfied. विद्या चाहने वाले को विद्या मिलता है. Those who do it for the purpose of learning, they gain the blessings of knowledge. सुख चाहने वाले को सुख मिलता है, and those who do it for the purpose of happiness, they enjoy that too. इस व्रत के करने से रोगी मनुष्य का रोग भी दूर हो जाता है. By doing the व्रत to Devi Ma, even if you have some kind of sickness, the possibility exists where that too could be cured. With the grace of God, nothing is impossible. So it is said, कायागार में बंद हुआ मनुष्य बंधन से छूट जाता है. If a person is locked up in the prison even for not doing something, they too will be released. मनुष्य की समस्त विपत्तियों को दूर हो जाता है. All a person's difficulties could be warded out. और उसके घर में संपूर्ण संपत्ति उपस्थित हो जाता है. And in his home, all the type of good and blessings will prevail. It says that by the blessings of Bhagavan, समस्त पापों को दूर हो जाता है. All sins too are burnt away. वास्तव इस व्रत के करने से ऐसा कौन सा मनोरथ है जो सिद्ध नहीं होता. There is no such purpose for which this is being done that will fail. It is able to fulfill all purpose. It says in these times, if जो प्राणी इस अलंभव मनुष्य देह को पाकर और व्रत नहीं करता, वे माता पिता से हीन हो जाता है. A person who has this human body and fails to recognize God, he moves about from here to there in a negative way and faces with lots of trouble and difficulty. अर्थात अनेक दुख भोगना पड़ता है. He has to face with lots of troubles and difficulties. इसके शरीर में कुष्ठ हो जाता है. His body becomes sick with skin disease, leprosy. और अंगहीन हो जाता है. And he comes as though without any limbs. इसके संतान उत्पत्ति नहीं होती. They fail to have anybody to continue in the family. इस प्रकार वह मूर्ख अनेक दुख भोगता है. In this way, that foolish person faced with lots of difficulties from one corner to the next. इस व्रत को न करने वाला निर्दय मनुष्य धन और ध्यान से रहित और भूख और प्यास के मारे पृथ्वी पर इधर उधर झूमता है. It says, such a person who fails to do bhakti to Bhagavan, they move about from here to there in the world, facing with lots of difficulties. जो श्री इस व्रत को नहीं करता, that person who does this व्रत, that female person who does this व्रत, gains the blessings of happiness and joys in her life, the blessings of her beloved. If she fails to do it, the opposite comes. यदि व्रत करने वाला मनुष्य सारे दिन उपासना न कर सके, now these are 9 days we are speaking about, and if a person cannot be able to keep up for the whole day, for the whole of the 9 days, सारे दिन का उपासना न कर सके, they cannot be able to keep up for the whole day, then what should they do? It says, जिसने पहले उस दिन, it says, नवरात्रि व्रत का कथा को श्रवण करे और एक समय भोजन करे. You take one meal of food after you have listened to the katha of Navratri or the glories of Devi Ma. So in this way, you do the bhakti to that divine form of Devi Ma to gain the blessings. And here now we ask for one Devi bhajan, and then I'll continue.
पर्वत पर्वत होती की मैया, फिर भी चैन न पाए। आ जाए लाडली बेटी मैया, तेरी शरण में आए। लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ। लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ। बेला चमेली चंपू के चम चम, चंपू के चम चम, बेला चमेली चंपू के चम चम, चंपू के चम चम। हार लाही हार लाही हार लाही माँ, हार लाही हार लाही हार लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ। के बिंदिया हाथों के कंगन, हाथों के कंगन, माथे के बिंदिया हाथों के कंगन, हाथों के कंगन। सिंदूर लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, सिंदूर लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ। मैं तेरे रंग में रंग में रंगों में रंग में, माथे में तेरे में रंग में, मैं तेरे रंग में, मैं तेरे रंग में। द्वार लाही द्वार लाही द्वार लाही माँ, द्वार लाही द्वार लाही द्वार लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ। लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशीर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाही माँ, तेरे लिए मशिर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाई माँ, तेरे लिए मशिर वाली चुनर लाल लाल लाई माँ।
बोले प्रेम से श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय, देवी माता की जय। भैया, when we would just try to organize our mind a little bit to understand the concept of the divine form of Devi Ma, think about a student having to write his examination, or he has to write answers to questions. His tongue is silent, but he is speaking with his pen. He does not have to be there to explain what he is writing. The examiner will read it and understand what his pen speaks. If the artist is painting a picture, he too does not have to be there to explain what the picture message is. Looking at what he has placed and knowing the story behind the picture, you'll know what he is trying to say. So though silent his tongue, his hammer and chisel is working, or the paintbrush and the paint is working, or the pen and the ink is working. In the same way, we think of the divine form of Devi Ma. And what is the symbol of Ma? Love expressed to the highest extent is the symbol of Ma. Love is seated where? In the mind, in the heart. So, upon the lion or the tiger, just as how the lion or the tiger is very fast and swift, the mind too is very fast and swift. And upon that is seated the divine form of love. But now you have to connect the attributes that are there in each of the arms. So one of the hand has a chakra, the wheel, time. Time gives you a chance. It is the distance between right and wrong, time. When you are 5 years old to when you are 25, you'll say, if I had the ability that I have now at 25, when I was 5, I wouldn't make the decisions I made. When you reach 40, you tell yourself the same thing. When I was 25, the decisions that I made at this time, I would not have made it if I had the ability which I have at 40. The experience, the notion, the ideas, and everything that has come together change. So you see, up to a certain point, on the way to that point, we are led to see further on. It's just like, when we learn the little poem, I lived first in a little house and lived there very well. The world to me was small and round and made of pale blue shells. I lived next in a little nest, nor needed any other. I thought the world was made of straw and covered by my mother. One day I fluttered from the nest to see what I could find. I thought the world was made of leaves, but I have been very blind. At last I flew beyond the trees and saw the sky so blue. Now how the world is really made, I cannot tell. Can you? Think about first picture you had was the shell. Second picture was the nest. Third picture you had was the leaves. Now you go beyond that. It is the same with life. You travel, you look at, you experience and you move on as your ability grows. So time gives the distance between right and wrong. Time also helps you to cross. He who can cross within time has peace. And when you become victorious, what do? You blow the horn, you blow the shell. The shank is the next one on the next side. You score 6 runs at the field and you blow the shell. You make a happy noise. The sound of victory. So one hand has the chakra, one has the shank. The next one has the shul, which is the sword. The sword is ज्ञान के तलवार को लेकर जग का बंधन को काटो. Take the sword of knowledge and cut the ties of the world. And then you have, Bhagavad Gita is telling us the austerities of the mind, the austerities of your speech, the austerities of your expression. These three must synchronize together. So it is like the bow and arrow. The lip is the shape of the bow, the tongue is your string, and the words are the arrows. When you let them go, you can't collect them back. So the control of Vani becomes a very important thing to us. For the devotee, he learns to control his expression, his speech, himself. Then we have the trident or the Trishul. Neptune, the god of the ocean, the Greek god. Shiva holds the trident. Devi Ma holds the trident. So the Trishul, the conquering nature, the governing nature, the humble nature. When all three are put under control, Rajo, Tamo and Satogun, the three gunas, when they are put under control, that person has the privilege, the ability to control the Trishul, the three gunas. So this is the next quality of the devotee. When that is not under control, what happens? There is something that happens when that is not under control. Because when we would have our situation not under control, we have a problem that comes. And that problem that would come is, one, that with the three gunas, you have ignorance will come. When you have the quality of the tamogun. When you have the quality of rajogun, and that is more active in us, we'll have greed, we'll want more money, we'll want more desires to be satisfied, we'll want more of everything. The mind is never satisfied. But when you have the satogun quality, is more active in us. Now all of us are born with the three gunas, but in whom, which one is more active, that is dependent on how we'll behave. So the three gunas have to be under control. When the satoguna is under control, what will happen? The mind will be at peace. And he who himself has known no peace, what peace could he to others bestow? Then the next thing will happen, your body, your mind, yourself, you will feel very light. Not light-headed, but very light. The clear stream of reason will flow through the mind, you will be able to make proper decisions. Your mind will be very relaxed and very calm. You yourself will be a very calm person. And when this is the situation, you are in control of the Rajo, Tamo and Satogun. But remember, we have anybody that is male aspect of behavior, and you also have female aspect of behavior. All of us. We are born with that. When the feminine aspect is activated, the mothering nature is activated, there will be more love in the heart, there will be serenity, there will be dignity that you are working with, respect for others. You'll respect yourself, you'll respect others, you'll do all the beautiful things to bring about, to actually reflect the light of God through yourself by your actions. So you are going to reveal Bhagavan through all the actions. And so it is said that firmness of mind, like the Gada, is there. But the next lakshan that you're supposed to have, Kshama. Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Shiva Kshama Dhati. Kshama, the quality of Kshama, forgiveness, must be in the mind of the individual. Any puja that is done and there is no Kshama Prarthana in the end of it, it is nishfal, because it has ego, it has false pride in it. You must always remember that I must say, Bhagavan, I have done your prayer, but forgive if there is any faults or errors, because I do not know better. I have only done as far as my ability goes. So pardon must be there even in prayer. Even though it is a good act, yet still pardon must be there. That's why you say mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janardhanam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam tvadastame. And before you start puja, dhyau shanti antariksha shanti prithvi shanti rapa shanti. Why? Because in the heavens there must be peace, in the earth there must be peace, within the mind must be peace, then you could pray. If there is too much ghaman and different things inside there, how will you pray over here? You are uneasy yourself, so you will not be able to express your prayer. So this is why you are asking for that to take place on the ground, in yourself, surrounding you, then we will do puja. So with this now, you have a lotus in the hand, is in the next hand. So think about Shankha, Chakra, Shul, Trishul, the Gada and the Gada and the Trishul, Shul, Trishul, Gada and the Dhanush, the bow and arrow. Then you have Kshama and the flowers. So these are the 8 arms of Devi Ma. These are the attributes. Your love must be like a flower, and in that is seated the divine form of Bhagavan. So now, these are the attributes we are supposed to develop in order to recognize the God within ourselves, not outside. Within ourselves, look within the self for these kind of qualities, these kind of lakshan to develop, and then search and see it, recognize it on the outside. In this way, it is said, we do the bhakti to Bhagavan. And in doing that bhakti, there is what is known as the Chandi part, which is supposed to be recited. So there was a Brahman by the name of Anath. He was blessed with a beautiful daughter. This beautiful daughter grew up together with him, and he used to always have Devi Puja. And it so happened one day this daughter came in a bit late. He became angry. If the Baba daughter doesn't come early, whose daughter will come early? Then I can't tell the others to come early. So he became angry, and he said, you have not come in time for puja. All right, I'll get you married to a Kushti or Darid person. Kushti is leprosy. And when he said like that. She now, being a big girl child, did not feel very comfortable, and in front of everybody he said so. So that was not a very good thing to do, but it did happen. And when that happened, she said, Father, well, I am your daughter. You take care of me, I'm indebted to you in every way. Whether you choose a kushti, a diseased person, a darid, a person who has no place to stay, no means to go by, or anything like that, or dhanvan, or a wealthy person, you may do so. But when you do that, that is your choice. But where is my karma to go? There is where I will go. Bhaiya, that was like putting a lightened match into bamboo leaves that is dried. It will just set it ablaze. So it was like adding fuel to it. And now he became so angry. There was a person who was passing by, called, you ought to have a bride, here was one, take her and go. And he said to his daughter, Jao, jao, jaldi jao, aur apne bhag ke bharose par raho. When he said like that, it was a word pass in the community, because when people are all seated there and the priest make an announcement like that, it is something like people respected, it was confirmed. Some of us may say, well, why he did a thing like that? But we do not understand the laws of karmas. We come to the world. You are born in a particular place. How you happen to be born there, how you happen to reach there, and everything, all these are because of karmas. So when he said like this to her, she went away with the beloved, collected some leaves and grass and put it near a tree, and she sat down there with tears in her eyes because she was not very happy. And she was thinking of her troubles. At the same time, a hand touched her on the shoulder. Said, daughter, I'm pleased with you, ask for what you want. It was a female voice. She said, Ma, who are you and why are you so pleased with me? I have been turned out from the house of my father. You too will face with trouble by coming to help me. She said, no, I am Brahmvidya, I am Saraswati, I am Durga, I am Lakshmi, I am Saraswati. When I become pleased with somebody, I take away their troubles and give them happiness. I absorb all their troubles. So, you will not have trouble. Just listen to what I'm saying. He said, Ma, but I do not know my past. Well, in the past, you were married to Nishad, and he was a person who used to do pottery. But stolen things were kept in your home, and you were locked up for that. Both of you were locked up in the prison. And nobody paid attention to you being there. In the 9-10 days that passed, you had no food, no water. In the 10th day now, you drank so much of water, you drowned your own self. So you died, both of you. And this is the place that you have come and born. And this same person who is your beloved, he was your beloved in the past too. So you have been united again. Well, Ma, what can I do? How can I be able to get rid of the troubles that I have? Look at our situation. His body is sick and I have no place else to go. She said, daughter, do not worry. I am here for that purpose, to help you. You did good in the past. Now that you are in need, I have come to give you the benefits of what you did in the past. So you did my puja unknowingly, said Ma, but I did not know I was fasting. Well, if you touch the fire without knowing it, you still get burned. And if you know and touch it, you still get burned. So whether you have done my vrat or puja knowingly or unknowingly, you have done it and received the reward for it. You have done 9 days of fasting. one day out of the 9 days that you have done is good enough to take care of your troubles. When a wife and husband sits together, the two parties come together and they do their devotion, this is the result you gain. It maximizes your results because of the tapasya that both persons do together. So ask for what you want. One day is sufficient to do that. He said, Ma, I'm giving that one day for the sake of my beloved sickness to go away. And so she started to praise Devi Ma. Devi Bhajan.
Durgati Harini Durga Ambe. Durgati Harini Durga Ambe. Teri jai jaikar ho, teri jai jaikar ho, teri jai jaikar ho, teri jai jaikar ho. Durgati Harini Durga Ambe. तेरी ही आवाज़ से ज्योति सूरज चांद सितारे हैं, तेरी ही माँ शक्ति लेकर करे हुए सारे हैं। अम्बे जय जय अम्बे, सुखदाई हो सृष्टि सारी। हल्का दुखा भार हो, हल्का दुखा भार हो, तेरी जय जयकार हो, तेरी जय जयकार हो। दुर्गति हारी दुर्गा अम्बे। विश्वम्भर शक्ति तो ब्रह्मलोक पर्यंत है, तेरी महिमा काहे मैया नहीं आर्यवंत है। अम्बे जय जय अम्बे, जन्म जन्म तक हे ब्रह्मानी। चरण कमल श्रृंगार हो, चरण कमल श्रृंगार हो, तेरी जय जयकार हो, तेरी जय जयकार हो। दुर्गति हारी दुर्गा अम्बे। हे महादेवी हे महाकाली, दुष्टों का संहार करो, मंगल में वरदान दो मैया, भव से बेड़ा पार करो। अम्बे जय जय अम्बे, भाव भक्ति में शरण में आई। विनती माँ स्वीकार करो, विनती माँ स्वीकार करो, तेरी जय जयकार हो, तेरी जय जयकार हो। दुर्गति हारी दुर्गा अम्बे। दुर्गति हारी दुर्गा अम्बे। दुर्गति हारी दुर्गा अम्बे।
बोले प्रेम से श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय। So भैया, when this transpired there, And she said, Ma, I am giving this one day of bhakti for the sake of my beloved, that he may be cured from his disease and sickness. The moment she said like that, the rags on his body became like princely type of attire. His skin disease all went away. And it is said that when both of them were together, the beauty of the moon would actually hide, because they look more beautiful than the presence of the moon itself. Is expressing how great they look with the grace of that Divine Mother. When her blessings are there for us, these two hands become too small to hold. So Devi Ma said that, daughter, you are going to be blessed with a son. Not just any ordinary son, but a son who will be well restrained in mind, in thoughts and behavior, in conduct, who will lift the name of your family. And you have only asked for one day yet. You still have 8 more days to ask for. Ask for what you want. She said, Ma, if you are so pleased with this puja, then tell me the way I should do your puja so that I can be able to gain maximum amount of benefits when I do it. So then Devi Ma said that, O Brahmini, O daughter, if you would like to do this puja in each of the Navaratri, from the first day after the new moon, in each of the 4 months that has been mentioned, straight on to the 9th day, you keep up and do the bhakti. पढ़े लिखे ब्राह्मण से पूछकर घट की स्थापना करी. From a learned Brahman, find out about consecrating the kalash. Do the Ashtadal yantra, the 8-petal yantra, with the 4 doors of entry, the eastern side, the northern side, western side, southern side. On that you put the 7 types of grains in the center of that yantra and consecrate the kalsa. And you have the coconut on it. Coconut is of 3 eyes. So the 5 layers of skin are like the 5 senses. The hard shell is like the ego. When ego is gone, then you get the nice food and water from inside. So that coconut is placed there. And you do bhakti to the form of mind. You consecrate the form of Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, the 3 forms on that altar. Prati din jal se siche. Every day you are going to give argh there and do my bhakti. And then it is said, बीजोरा के फूल में अर्घ देने से रूप की प्राप्ति होती है. When you give बीजौरा के फूल द्वारा अर्घ देने से रूप की प्राप्ति होती है, you are going to get good look, good form, good shape. But what is बीजौरा? There is a big lime like a grapefruit size. It tastes sweet. That is bijaura, the flowers before the fruit comes. That flower smells very nice, very sweet. That is bijaura. Another explanation that was given for that, the hibiscus flower with the seed. Double petal and it has the beej. So by giving that, you gain the blessings of good look, good form, good shape. Or jaya phal se kirti. And when you give the nutmeg, you gain the blessings of kirti. Kirti is fame. Daak se kar ki siddhi hoti hai. When you give the dried fruits like currants and raisin, that is called dark. So again, the purpose for which you do the puja, it becomes fulfilled. Ambale se sukh milta hai. When you give the plum type of fruit, you gain the blessings of happiness. Kele se bhushan ki prapti hoti hai. Kele, banana, by giving in the arg, you gain the blessings of bhushan. Bhushan, jewelry, ornaments, clothing. इसी प्रकार फलों से अर्घ देकर यथा विधि हवन करे. In this manner, you do the arg and then you do havan. Now, when you are doing arg, you have variety of fruits in the season that is there, because you have 4 different seasons. So whatever fruits that come in a particular season, that is what you are going to take, little bit. So this puja, remember, is not a puja where one person alone does. The community, remember when I started out, I tell that the people sing together and they get together. Chalo chalo re aaj devi darshan ko sabse pehle tulsi pujo har aangan jinki chhaav mein hai. So that tulsi plant, which is like the Devi for your house and give the shade to your home, that tulsi plant is the first Devi that you honor. Then you go to do the bhakti, you gather all the things for the puja. In the early times, where did they go? They used to assemble beneath the Pipar Taru Sunay Purana, below the Pipar tree, because they had no mandir. And that was a place, the tree is always shady and it was always cool and nice. So they got together and they used to leap beneath the tree and they used to sit there for performing their bhakti to that defined form of Devi Ma. And where Ma is, all the devatas will come. So they used to go there and perform their bhakti to Devi Ma. So everybody, one brother is growing something, he will bring a little bit of fruits from his garden, next one bring from the next garden, and in that way they make a good tub of a bucket filled with different fruits, leaves, the neem leaf, pan leaf, the bale fruit, all the different things they put, and the different fruits of the season, they mix all together and they make one big arg. With the hardi, the clove, the camphor, and so on, they mix everything together and make a big tub. Everybody gets to offer. Because when I read now for you the benefits of each item, then you are going to understand why everybody would like to get out of that. Because it is just saying they bring and they put there, but we have to see why they do that. There is a reason why. A collective effort, a team effort is always bringing great results. And when we are in the team, we must not try to be the broken one or the broken spoke in the wheel. Be there as a strong individual to support the team so that it will bring good results, because you will also get good name by being in the good team. And so, when this is the situation, it is said, they got together, they prepared, and now they organized for giving dhar. गेहूं से होम करने से लक्ष्मी की प्राप्ति होती है. Gehu is wheat. So, by taking wheat and put in for the havan, you gain the blessings of Lakshmi. How do you do that? You make Mahan Bhog, you make Lapsi, you make Swahari. That is not wheat, bhaiya. You put and you mix in the things for the havan. You do havan with that. The blessings is Lakshmi. Then, next thing, kheer se लक्ष्मी की प्राप्ति होती है. खीर तथा चंपा के पुष्पों से धन. The perfume flower and the kheer, when given in the havan, give you the blessing of wealth. So don't quarrel when you see flowers burn. Next thing is, गेहूं से होम करने के लक्ष्मी की प्राप्ति होती है. घीर तथा चंपा के पुष्पों से धन, पत्तों से तेज मिलता है, and by the different type of leaves that you put, it gives you vigor and strength. और आंबले से कीर्ति, by giving the plum type of fruit in the havan, you gain fame. केले से पुट की प्राप्ति होती है, by giving the banana fruit in the havan, you gain the blessing of a son. कमल से राज सामान, by giving the lotus flower in the havan, you gain the blessings of kingdom and reigning power like a king. दाखों से सुख मिलता है, by giving the dried fruits like the currants and raisins, you gain happiness. और समस्त और संपत्ति की प्राप्ति होती है, and you also gain great amount of happiness and joy in your life. Khand, which is low sugar or ghee, or the low sugar, you give khand is known as sugar. Ghee is also, you know what ghee is? Nariyal is coconut, shahad is honey, jaw is barley. और तिल्ली से इससे तथा फलों से होम करे. In this way, you take the fruits, you take the 3 types of tilli, the black, white and brown tilli, you give the coconuts, you give honey, you give jaw, and you perform havan for Bhagwan. मन वांछित वस्तु की प्राप्ति होती है. By giving this now, you gain the blessings of your mind wishes to be fulfilled. मन वांछित प्राप्ति की होती है. व्रत करने वाला मनुष्य इस विधान से होम करे और आचार को अत्यंत नम्रता के साथ प्रणाम करके और यज्ञ की सिद्धि के लिए कुछ दक्षिणा दे. So, for the success of your puja, you give something as dan, and in this manner you perform your havan ceremony, and with great amount of devotion, and you do pranam with great adoration for that divine form of Devi Mata. इस महाव्रत से पहले बताई हुई विधि के अनुसार जो कोई करता है, इसके सब मनोरथ को पूर्ण हो जाते हैं. According to this method, anyone who performs this puja in this manner, all their mind wishes becomes fulfilled. सब मनोरथ की प्राप्ति होती है. इसमें तनिक भी संशय नहीं है. There is no doubt about this. And so, in the Devi Mahapuran, it continues to tell us that by giving the sweets that are made out of the grind rice, you gain the blessings, freedom from sickness. By giving the sugar candies, the bheli, the sugar in the havan, you gain the blessings of longevity. By giving the sweets that are prepared out of milk, you do not suffer on a bed. If you get sick, you'll recover. By giving the wheat prasad, you gain the blessings that you wouldn't have to go 3 and 4 times to do one job. You'll be able to meet people who will help you to get through quickly. By giving the plantain fruit in the offerings for Devi Ma and also giving in dan, you gain the blessings of buddhi, intelligence. By giving the things that are sweetened with honey, you gain beauty of your body. By giving also the sugar cakes, you do not suffer from mental sorrows. By giving in the puja, and this is all in Devi Puran, by giving in the puja the rice cakes, the pop rice, you gain the blessings of increase in this world and the world thereafter. When again do you do pop rice? In Garud Puran, it is told, on the 9th day after a person died, The day before, that is the day before you go to the 10-day ceremony, all the female members of the family supposed to take bath. All their skin first, then go and take bath. They will pop some rice. The male members of the family will get milk and they will get durba grass. They will take the durba grass and put with the pop rice, and the milk they'll put it in a clean vessel facing the southern side, and they will make a prayer there. That just as how the little bit of grains pop and come plenty, in the same way, let the family be blessed with increase. Just as how in every notch in the doob grass has a new shoot, the family must be blessed with progeny. They must all be blessed with progeny. And just as how this milk is pure, the family must also remain pure. When again you use the pop rice in the wedding ceremony, where is it placed? In the fire. Who is the deity for the fire? Devi Ma. What is the result of putting it into the fire? Increase in this world and the world thereafter. Again, all link it together and you get the answers. So here it is, the pop rice are given for Devi Ma, and then you have also coconuts. When you give coconuts in the puja of Devi Ma, you do not have regrettable actions. Then tilli, 3 types of tilli. One give you knowledge, which is the plantain, but you could have knowledge and you could still have a lot of fear. So tilli removes the fear. So you become fearless by giving tilli in dan, by making tilli cakes and giving in the puja. Then you have, the next thing is dahi. All the devatas become happy when you give dahi. Then you have a rice cereal that is given. That too makes the devatas and the devis happy. And when we would read Shivaratri Bread Katha, you are going to find that it tells you sweets that are made out of 7 different types of grains, when given on Pradosh or Trayodasi, it brings blessings of progeny in the family. In the puja of Devi Ma, by giving sweets made out of Saptadhanya, 7 different types of grains, urdi, moong, chana, and so on, you gain the blessings of progeny in the family. When the sweets are made out of the barley grains, you gain the blessings of the devatas becoming happy. And when you make kheer or sweet rice, as some people may call it, but kheer is not much more than sugar and milk and rice. It has the nuts, the almond, the lychee, all the different ingredients. Little bit if you could eat, it sustains you for a long time. That is kheer. So kheer of that nature, when given in the puja of Devi Ma, it uplifts all the ancestors from the lower region and take them to the upper world into the heavens. Bhaiya, what is short now out of it when you do Ma Puja? Think well. Ma never wants anything from us. We need her grace. We are the one who depend on her, that we need her grace to be able to gain her blessings for success, victory, and everything. Therefore, we must always remember to cherish the privilege of doing her bhakti with great care. So, we think of that divine form of Devi Ma, and I'm supposed to do Kunjika Stotra, I'm supposed to do actually Chandipat. But to do Katha and Chandipat too, it's kind of difficult. So I'll do Kunjika Stotra, and you wouldn't have it. Kunjika Stotra. So let us bring our thoughts together and pray to Devi Ma. ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। सुनु देवी प्रवक्ष्यामि कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमोत्तमं येन प्रसादमात्रेण चण्डी जपशुभो भव। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये
त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
न कवचं नर्गलास्तोत्रं न कवचं न अर्गलास्तोत्रं कीलकं न रहस्यकं न सुप्तो नापि ध्यानं च न न्यासो न च वर्चनं। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
कुञ्जिका पाठमात्रेण दुर्गा पाठफलं लभेत्। कुञ्जिका पाठमात्रेण दुर्गा पाठफलं लभेत्। अतिगुह्यन्तरं देवी देवानामपि दुर्लभं। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन स्वयोनिविर्वार्तित मारणं मोहनं वश्यं सम्बनोचातनादिकं। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। मारणं मोहनं वश्यं सम्बनोचातनादिकं पाठमाच्यन सिद्धिश्च कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमोत्तमं। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ॐ ग्लौं हुं क्लीं जुं स ज्वालाय ज्वालाय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल। ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ज्वल हं सं लं शं फट् स्वाहा। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ओ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्यै नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमस्कैतवहारिण्यै नमस्ते महिषर्दिनि। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
ओ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
जागृतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धू कुरुष्व मे। ऐङ्कारी सृष्टिरूपाय ह्रीङ्कारी प्रतिपालिका सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ओ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते चामुण्डा चन्द्रधात्री च जयकारी वरदायिनी बीचे चाभयदा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी ढांग डिंग डुल चुत्ते पत्नी भांग डिंग बुंग बागदीश्वरी क्रांग टिंग पुंग कालिका देवी चांग शिंग शुंग मे शुभं कुरु सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते हुं हुं हुंकार रूपिण्ये जं 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 जम्बदादिनी रंग भिंग भुंग भुल भैरवी भद्रे भांग भिंग भुंग भैरवी भद्रे भवान्यै ते नमो नमः सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ॐ कं चं तं टं पं पं यं रक्षं बिं दुं ऐं डिं हंस दिजाग्र तोतय दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते पांपिं पुं पार्वती पूर्वा पांकिं पुं केचरी तथा सांसिं सुं सप्तशती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धि कुरुष्व मे सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते इदन्तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्ते नैव दातव्यं गोपीतं रक्ष पार्वतीयो सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी दीनं सप्तशतीं पठेत् न तस्य जपे नित्यं सिद्धि जप समुद्भव सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्व मंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय. You may stand now, Bhaiya, for the final offering. And you all pray in your minds. You have came here for the purpose of prayer. We may all have somebody who we want to pray and make a word of prayer for. Your families, your children, grandchildren, whomsoever it may be. Think of Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, you are the giver of peace and happiness, the remover of all troubles and obstacles from the lives of your devotees. May you be pleased with our prayer, accept of all our offerings, and be pleased with our prayer. Guide us with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Forgive any faults and errors. We bow to you, Bhagavan. Be pleased with our prayer. Accept our prayer. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ पूर्णगुं शान्ति स्वाहा। Take your water and watchman, pass it around. You could put it on one side, later you put it outside and let it burn. Om sarva papa haram divyam gange nirmalam jalam achmanyam mayaditvam grihana parameshwara. Take a flower, fan the fire. Om vanaspatir sudbhute gandhan divyo gandhotmam argaya sabdevanam dhupoyang pratirtam. Om hrim sim sri agni vahine jayaya devyai swaha. Pass your hand over the smoke, pass it over your body. Om sharirarogya artham cha puttapautarikam tatha pradasyamo na sandeho banchit phalam labhed. Arti.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति जगत दुर्गा माता की जय. So at this point in time, my dear devotees, we all join together now in the closing arti. Om Sajam Javarti Sundryukatam Varaninayojitam Maya Deepa Grihana Devesha Trailoketi Mirabaryo. Om Jayam Be Gauri Maya Jai Shama Gauri. Om Jayam Be Gauri Maya Jai Shama Gauri. Om Jayam Be Gauri Maya Jai Shama Gauri. तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी. Om Jayam Be Gauri Maya Jai Shama Gauri. सिंदूर विराजत एको मृद मग को. मांग सिंदूर विराजत एको मृग मद को. जल सरोना चंदन वदनी को. ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मया जय श्यामा गौरी. समान करल भया रक्तंबर राजे. कनक समान करल भया रक्तंबर राजे. पुष्पगल माला चंदन पर साजे. ओम जय अम्बे गौरी दया जय श्यामा गौरी. वाहन राजत कर्क पकड़ारे. हरि वाहन राजत कर्क पकड़ारे. सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत जिनके दुखारे. जय अम्बे गौरी जय जय श्यामा. कानन कुंडल शोभित नैसरे मोती, कानन कुंडल शोभित नासरे मोती, राजक समझोरी हो गई अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी।
जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी।
शुंभ विराधे महिषासुर घाते, शुंभ विराधे महिषासुर घाते, विलोचन नैना विषदिन मद मोदियो। शुंभ विराधे महिषासुर घाते, शुंभ विराधे महिषासुर घाते, विलोचन नैना विषदिन मद मोदियो। जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी। सत योग निगावत विकृत भैरो, सत योग निगावत विकृत भैरो, आदत ताल मृदंग, आजत ताल मृदंग, और भाजत डमरू। सत योग निगावत निर्कृत भैरो, आजत ताल मृदंग, और भाजत डमरू। जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी।
जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी।
आरती जो कोई न जगावे, श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई न जगावे। भगत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित फल पावे। जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी। जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा गौरी।
जय अम्बे गौरी, जय जय श्यामा
गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दतमेधिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरवृन्दशिरोधनिवासिनि विश्वविनाशिनि विष्णुनुते भगवति हे सिद्धिखण्डकुटुम्बिनि भूरिकुटुम्बिनि भूरिगते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरधर्षिणि कुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि ज्योतिषमोषिणि घोषरते अनुधनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मटशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अय जगदम्ब मदम्ब वनं प्रियवासिनि हासरते शिखर शिरोमणि जृङ्ग हिमालय शृङ्ग नीलालय मध्यकटे मधु मधुरे मधु कैतव गण्डिनि कैतव भञ्जित रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि ऐषट्कण्ड विदण्डित वृन्द वितुण्डित शृङ्गजराधिपते त्रिपुगजदण्ड विराजन छन्द पराक्रम सुन्द मृगाधिपते द्विजभुजदण्ड निपातित चण्ड निपातित मुण्ड गजाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयरन्धुर्मत शत्रुवदोरित दुर्दनशक्तिकृते चतुरविचार दुरेण महाशिवदूतकृत परमाधिपते दुरित दुरेवृषाचलमुच्चत दानवदूतकृतात्मते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते ऐश्वर्यकाकटवैरिवधूवर वीरवरं जयदाय करे त्रिभुवनमस्तक शूल विरोधि शिरोकृतिना शूल करे धुमि धुमि धाम धनु धुविनाद महोम गरित करे त्रणगरे जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते प्रतिमानिराधिक सुंदर विलोचर धूम्रशटे समर विशोषित शोणित बीज समुद्भव शोणित बीजलते शिव शिव शुंभ निशुंभ महामकल्पित गुप्त पिशाचरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि संगत रक्षण संग परस्पर दत्तकते कनक संग प्रशक्ति संगर सत्परंगिलालपुते कृत चतुरंग बलाशित रंग गदामतुरंग रथावतुके जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जप्य जय जय शब्द परस्तुति तत्पर विश्वनुते घन घन विंजनि कृतनोपित सिंहि बहु भूतपते पति तत धान तदीनत नायक नादित नादत साधते जय जय हरे सुमन 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 नीरदे रजनी 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 हरवक्त्रवृते सुनय ब्रह्मर 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 ब्रह्मराधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि शैलसुते सहित महाभव मल्लिक कल्लिक मल्लिक दल्लिक मल्लरते विरचित वल्लिक पल्लिक मल्लिक बिल्लिक वर्षित वृत्तिकते सिद्धगत पुल्लस मुल्लसितानुर पल्लस पल्लव सल्ललिते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अविरल गण्डकलं पदमेन मतङ्गतवज्जरागसुते त्रिभुवन भूषण कूटकलानिधि रूपयनो विराजसुते ऐसुतनीलतुलाल समान समुच्च समुच्च राजसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कमल तलामल कोमल कांति कला कलिकांत फलादल दे सकल विशाल कला निलय कर्म केलि चल कल हंस कुले ऐ कुल संगत कुलवय मंडित मौलिम दत्त फलालि कुले जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनि रम्य कपर्दन शैल सुते करुमल वीर वीरित कोटित लंजित कोटि पंजुमते बलित पुलिंद मनोहर गुंजित रंजित सैनि कुंड गते विजभूत भूष महाश परिगण सद्गुण रमृत केल तले जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनि रम्य कपर्दन शैल सुते कथित पीत बुधो विचंद्रमयो मरगस्नक चंद्ररुचे कदत सुरासुर मौलि सुपृष्ठ संचित संकर चंद्ररुचे चित कनकाचल मौलि परोधर विज भूषण कंजित ते जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनि विजित सहस्र करैक सहस्र करैक सहस्र करैक हृदय चित सुरदागर शंकर दागत शंकर दागर सून सुते सुरत समाधि 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 सुरागरते जय जय हे महिषासुर मर्दिनि रम्य कपर्दन कमलाधर नवलिवरस्वयस्यनिनो निशयन् शिवे ऐ कमले कमला निलये कमलादले विद्वेदपते शीतलमयो मम शिवे जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्य कपर्दिनि शैलसुते कनकल सद्दल सिन्धुजले रनु सिन्धुजले रन रङ्गभुवम् भजति सकिन्न सखी कुरकुम्भदति परमं सुखानुभवं तव चरणं शरणं गर्वाणि तमनावरवाणि शिवा शिवं जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि कपर्दन शैलसुते तव विमलेन कलं विमले अमलं न भूलयते पुरहोतपुरेण मुखी सुमुखी वीरसति मुखी कीर्ते मम विमरं शिवनाम जरि भवयन्तप्राप्तिं किं क्रियते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्य कपर्दन शैलसुते ऐ मयि दीनदयानुकया कृपयैव त्वया बुधयन्नमनन्दमते ऐ जगतो करनीकपया सुनयासि सदा निमितासि दते यदुचितमत्र भवन्तरुणे कृतवासुरतापं कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि कपर्दन शैलसुते ह्रीं ह्रीं चामुण्डाय विद्महे ॐ क्लौं ॐ ह्रीं जुं सः ज्वालाय ज्वालाय ज्वाल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विद्महे ज्वलहं सं लं शं फट् स्वाहा रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दनि शैलसुते।
बोलिए प्रेम से श्री आदिशक्ति देवी माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय। भैया, I know you will be standing for long, so sit down a little bit, please. Satyam Baba, you could sprinkle the water while we do the blessing, and this Baba could help you too, right? So. ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते।
नमो देव्ये महादेव्ये सिद्धे शान्ते नमो नमः शुभाय देवसेनाय षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थ
साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नमो दिव्यै महादेव्यै सिद्धै शान्ते नमो नमः शिवाय देवसेनाय षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते वरदाय पुत्रदाय धनदाय नमो नमः सुखदाय मोक्षदाय षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सिद्धस्वरूपाय वन्दिताय नैनं सदा सिद्धस्वरूपाय वन्दिताय नैनं सदा हिंसा क्रोधा भजिताय षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ॐ षष्ठे षष्ठं स्वरूपाय सिद्धाय च नमो नमः कल्याणदाय कल्याण्ये फलदाय च कर्मणां प्रत्यक्षाय सुभक्तानां षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
पूज्याय स्कन्दकान्ताय सर्वेषां सर्वकर्मसु पूज्याय स्कन्दकान्ताय सर्वेषां सर्वकर्मसु देवरक्षणकारिण्ये षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते पूज्याय स्कन्दकान्ताय सर्वेषां सर्वकर्मसु पूज्याय स्कन्दकान्ताय सर्वेषां सर्वकर्मसु देवरक्षणकारिण्ये षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
धनं देहि प्रियं देहि पुत्रं देहि सुरेश्वरी धनं देहि प्रियं देहि पुत्रं देहि सुरेश्वरी मानं देहि जयं देहि दिशो देहि महेश्वरी सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते धर्मं देहि यशो देहि षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः देहि भूमिं प्रजां देहि विद्यां देहि सुपूजिते कल्याणं च जयं देहि षष्ठी दिव्यै नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति ॐ शान्ति ॐ शान्ति। बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय। Devotees, on behalf of the family, we say thanks to all the sponsors, Sankhya Television, all the Babas for coming and gracing us with your presence. God blessings to all of you, and for bringing your other companion to the other half. God blessings to you for coming and gracing us with your presence. May Bhagavan shower his choicest forms of blessings upon all you, especially to the group and Babaji and the entire family of Baba, together with my son Patish and Sumati, and all you wonderful people for coming and being here. God richest blessings to all of you.
Sankhya Television, the first Hindu TV station in Trinidad and Tobago, and your #1 choice for cultural, inspirational and spiritual programming, is not only available locally in Trinidad and Tobago, but also internationally via the Sankhya TV website. International viewers can visit sankhyatv.com and view our live stream 24/7.